take that into consideration. You know what I mean? I also will close this right now by saying that if you've gotten this far in this video, I have a saying about giving a rat's ass that's kind of funny. That how can you give a rat's ass? The ass of the rat isn't yours to give, so let the rat keep his ass. Or you can pick up a rat in tandem to somebody else's ass first, and yes, you're giving a rat's ass. And if the other person wants to accept the rat ass first, to give a rat's ass, you're sort of offering up the rat's ass, and it's up to the other person if he wants to accept. So I'll have another saying too, that in some certain things, that if a rat's ass should really be offered or even given about a particular subject. So that's what I say about tolerance to a certain thing. You can say sometimes you give a shit. There's some and I also have a thing where I say there's certain aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck. It's not that I don't give a shit or give a fuck. It's there's some aspects of giving a shit or giving a fuck that I don't give a shit or a fuck about. And at any given time, when and where should a rat's ass be given, or a fuck be given, or a shit be given, or even offered? You know what I mean?
All right, you guys. Another video for you here. Keep seeing this on the TV news and Good Morning America. It's a big old bunch of drama. Shit, I never heard any like YouTube drama that made public news lately, but you keep hearing about this one and hearing about this one, and I'm not on YouTube like everybody else with their, fancy pictorials and their environments and million plus views or any kind of thing like that, where they jump right on a thing as soon as it shows up. Sometimes I'll make a video if I feel like it and I keep seeing it and everything. A little late, you know what I mean? Don't make money off of any of my videos. It's a little late, but me, I keep seeing it all the time, and I'm talking to other people about it, and that means it's time to make a video. But I'm trying to tell you something on the lines of, I don't know, some of my personal opinions without acting biased or attacking either person either way. I mean, but anyway, I don't give a fuck who you are. I think there's nothing wrong with makeup for another thing. I have a tendency to get off the subject in some videos, like some of your that teacher in college or that teacher in high school that the class will be over, and I'll do that shit so much that I might just either make a new video or just splice it off and turn it into separate videos. But fuck, some of that shit is crazy, but since we have social media, there's just shit that comes to light about character people and everything. You got the new thing, with the gender barriers are being blurred, and it's affecting business aspects and selling makeup and makeup sales. And when you're on social media as a star in something like that, you get somebody that may have been friends for a while. They may have mentored you, I don't know, or you've been with you all the time. And I don't care if you're a makeup person or a star any kind of a way. There's people out there before social media brings it to light. There always was that element where, if you get caught betraying your friends wrongly, on social media, it shows right up right away. But anyway, I've been seeing on Good Morning America, the dude was creating an apology, a long dramatic apology on this. I think some apologies both ways, people can make peace or whatever too, but there's that thing where when you make an apology, after you're losing million plus views on your account, you wonder if an apology is authentic, because you know that's your livelihood and you're making lots of money, and you can wind up, maybe having to take an actual job where you might have to get dirty and maybe be out in the rain and stuff like that. So, I better apologize. And there's other thing. I don't want to be a bias against like anything like makeup either, and pick up on anybody's gender preference or anybody's what do you call it? Identifying as. I'm trying to say this without being biased, but there's a lot of people that use makeup, even if you're not, don't identify any particular gender thing that they're doing these days. It always was around because of theatrics. I don't care if you're a dude or a chick or whatever you relate to. It was always out there, and I think it was brought into society a little bit of time where makeup was used even in guys, whether they claim to be gay or whether they claim to identify anything or whether they claim to be not gay. The original makeup, I think, was there. So the older TV pictures and photography before the technology for photography and television and that kind of pictures and cameras was good. Everybody had to wear some kind of makeup because I think he looked pale and stuff. And then the dancers, anything what's on TV or photography. So I'm trying not to act like I'm some liberal or some conservative. Like I says, I can't stand, there's part of liberalism I can't stand, and there's part of conservative I can't stand, and about religion, when it's used to get rich. But there's, how to tell you this too, I'll tell you a little story when I was first on YouTube too, where I followed a lot of that other drama, the political people. There was ones that were Canadians on YouTube, and there you got the prepper types, and then I'm just saying this from memory. I ain't want to talk about any particular, but this was a bunch of years ago. I think I was still doing some college classes, with the job I had. I couldn't believe on that. And I was on YouTube, and I was using the computer way more. But anyway, one guy, everybody has their gimmick, politically, whether you're liberal or conservative, right? Bear with me here. Guy with cowboy hats and glasses. I think there's so many people that look like a certain kind. And there was another woman that was on air that I think it was the guy's wife or girlfriend. And she happened to have a thing about makeup. Well, a lot of people I subscribe to, if they're women, or exercise thing, makeup. I'm not bashing makeup, which this little story relates to a belief that I have, not to attack anybody, but my earlier talking in YouTube or texting, things can get blown out of context. You don't want to walk on eggshells and say anything. And I wasn't intending to force any belief on anybody too, but I think different people making comments here and here that relates. I made a comment, and all of a sudden it was like, "Oh, you what are you making bigoted comments on my YouTube? You must be some kind of creep, friending me and then making what bigoted comments?" All I said was I was making conversation and people commenters. I subscribe to a few of their beliefs here and there, but then I think I got into, how you'll defend one thing and say one thing another, between other commenters. My belief, about nothing wrong with makeup, it sells and all that, but I think people make lots of money with it, and I think people are losing the right to not wear it. And I was expressing an opinion. Yeah, makeup is cool. I mean, it's part of, women want to do it, let them have it. It's a part of, women with teenagers, they were into clothes and all that. That's how things was ever since I was not wrong with it, but I was making a comment about some of my beliefs where I do not advocate it as an acceptable. It should not be forced on you as an acceptable, or not forced on you as a mandatory form of hygiene, whether in a workplace or something. But if your career is in it, of course. But I try not to bash anybody. So I'm saying things like that, and I wasn't making big comments against them, But anybody who's in, I don't care if you're a fashion person or if it's part of your livelihood. I, in reality, see some of my occupations, and I even stood out and ran for charity, get money. Well, there's another thing about, the sports cheerleaders and people in sports. Ever since you were in high school and you see the NFL football, the cheerleaders or all that. Makeup is cool, they're cool, and be able to do the splits is wonderful. But say, in sports, you get in a field, your brains all of a sudden,
I don't care who the hell you are. Everybody shouldn't make a big deal. Oh, I get a freshen up. Oh, you get rained on. Oh my God. Deal with it. You get fucking rained on. So what? You look scraggly. I think everybody. I don't care if you're a sports cheerleader, like say, wear some makeup, you know, for theatrics. As far as in sports, it might be fun to just, okay, you got wet, be out there. Look a little scraggly. Don't be so fucking scared of. I don't care if you're somebody that wears a dress to work and always has to have makeup. You know, you don't want to bash people or hurt their feelings. But I think some people lose sight of a thing where maybe you have to dress up all the time for a workplace, or whether you're in a suit. Some people dress and make up things with hair, all this hairspray. Then there's a lot of people, guys, whether you're gay or not gay, or whatever gender you call yourself, using all this hair. I don't want to make something, I don't want to bash it, I don't want to make something as a mandatory form of hygiene where people got to walk on eggshells. You know, like if you to be so fucking scared of being rained on all the time, you know. Well, this is a little off topic as far as the drama and all that stuff too. Who I was originally talking about that. But I think I wanted to get like message out there too, you know. I think with the integration now of this identifying as a gender thing and everybody wearing makeup, I'm thinking a lot of people, you're going to get a lot of people out there going to be afraid to, as it is before this different people identifying as different genders was a big thing, like years ago. Whether you were women in a church, the conservative Bible thumper, or the you know, women in church were just, makeup, you know, and then, you know, the glass podiums and on the stage, everybody got to have, like I said, it was originally when people were on TV, it was like, everybody had to put some kind of makeup. I think they still do now, even with the better resolution, high definition television and everything now. Matter of fact, when you got everything high definition television and everything looks superimposed, and either larger in life one way or another. I mean, everything looks so, in a way, fake. I mean, I think everybody should have a thing where you get wet, get dirty, look scraggly or something for once. And I mean, because I think with the billions of dollars made up these makeup, I think people are forcing it as a mandatory part of hygiene. Even in people that, since somebody out there, you know, wants damn near everybody to just be, I don't know, something gender-wise that make everybody a certain way and be afraid of who they are, no matter which side you are, whatever, too. And what is society turning into? You know, I mean, it's laughable to a certain point. You're going to get whatever gender you were born in or related to be too damn scared and little. Like, say, if you're not even in theatrics and television, everybody out there in the world, no matter what you has to that wear all this makeup, and they're going to be scared if it rains, scared if you sweat a little bit. And who the fuck are we really kidding? Makeup runs off and you've seen who you really are. Even when you look at yourself in a mirror, no matter what, whether you're scraggly or whether you're this and that, you can look in a mirror, this mirror, then this mirror, and this mirror. Things could make you look, even cameras make you look better than you are or worse. Mirrors could be deceiving, you know what I mean? And I think there's a thing where people could be walking on eggshells. There's a way that everybody's supposed to appear as far as makeup and all that. Even when you're not, if you're on the conservative side as a guy, as a man, all these people with their fake ass man perfume. You say even if you're a diehard, what do you call it, Bible stuffer, right? And then fucking, you got to have your hair all now with these hairsprays and perfect suit, perfect clothes, and then this man perfume. Some of it almost makes people sick. It gives them a headache if there's too much of something breathing in it. It'll probably make people sick. So some of it can have like a real strong smell and make people sick. But then you get the diehard conservatives. This is one of the things I want to slip in if you're still with me in this video too. What makes me laugh to a point, I want to piss a little bit everybody off on either side. I don't want to be either or. But one of the things that make me laugh, you get a diehard Bible thumper conservative, not that I'm defending the other side, right? Talking about how being gay is wrong and how identifying as another gender or wearing makeup is wrong. But yet, they're all dressed up in man perfume and they're wearing a short sleeve colored pink shirt. Yeah, you can be a conservative. Yeah, they'll talk about how wrong it is to be gay, wear makeup, or look gay. You get these ones in these, it gotta laugh. They'll say being gay is a sin, and they'll walk around and you ever see them? They're wearing a damn short sleeve colored pink shirt. And then they're man perfume, but just saying, if they're a point like that, there's a point of, I'm almost trying not to laugh here, that's one of the things I see. But then you get people that are too off this side where whatever you identify in. Could it be that, we're afraid to take off our masks and people see what you really are? If they're out there in the sun, some of us, no matter who we are, we actually maybe have to do work for a living. Maybe ask some of the people in their fancy places or whatever, or maybe they have high standards, the people that do the laboring behind the scenes. I don't know, picking up boxes or something, and everybody else selling their makeup, them crates of, the people that work in the factories carrying them crates of makeup and who the hell are they, you know what I mean? But yeah, people who are living in a really artificial world and everything else too. I'm not trying to bash makeup. I'm not trying to bash the other side, but whether you're a liberal or a Bible thumping conservative, it seems to damn near rule everything to a point where it's ridiculous, because I'd more relate as far as I bash a lot of hypocrisy in religion. I don't want to make this got to be a whole video, if you're still with me so far on this. But I have more respect for people, that work for some kind of charity and they're standing out in the freaking rainstorm or doing some volunteering work in a damn rainstorm than people on television with their fancy suits and fancy makeups and fancy cars or airplanes, asking you to use your credit cards or cut checks so that they can drive around in a fancy car, and then if you say something and point it out, you're the devil and you're speaking against them and you're jealous because God is blessing them. Oh yeah, God is blessing us. So no, that you're just. Some of them need to come out down from their high horses. Oh yeah, is it so to live half of that salary and maybe the poor that they supposedly care about in other countries? How about fucking take half of that salary and go down to a car that maybe costs a little less? And somebody like me, I would sooner recruit somebody like both black and both white. Somebody with like me, like ponytail and black gentleman with dreads, in there. Some of us that really care, and be responsible, like money-wise, would be probably didn't get any sleep in the same damn clothes we wore yesterday, right? And trying to get the shit done and people fed on Christmas time or whatever too, in the food lines. And yeah, these regions where everybody is worrying about their fucking makeup and they have all this money and they're on TV and makeup and act like I care about the homeless and poor. And you're seeing YouTube videos with all these people in the streets in like tent colonies and everything else. And I think heard a clip from Henry Rollins one time, one of his entire things talking about how a war vet or anybody can be looking in a garbage for meal, but somebody just sails by without a care in a limousine. Scenes, never seen anything more intense than a fraternity prank. These over-domesticated people, you can be in a fucking fancy-ass gown and fancy makeup and say how this poverty in the world is wrong and everything, and then you're willing to put your money in front of people, and whether you're on that side, you bash in a religion, or if you're in the religion, people that are in the one side of the religion, the Bible thumpers, oh yeah, they'll do plenty, and as long as it's worried. They seem to be more worried about their lifestyle and how they look on television. See any of them people out there, go out there and get in the rain. Be on a stage where everybody cheering and everything is... What do you do? What the fuck you do when you don't have your fancy stage and everybody on television, everybody in the audience cheering? And yeah, any of the people on the other side, total liberal, what you identify as, too, against the other side. But if you don't have your stage and you're a bunch of people cheering and preaching against the other side, when you're not in numbers, what do? And you have to stand by your convictions, and worry that you're not going to get beat up or kicked in the face or whatever for even answering something cordially, even if you say something cordially. Oh, you don't bow down to this side, then you're against us, you're an enemy. But anyway, that's what I see in makeup. It's a big mask. That's the relevance of this whole video. Everybody is wearing a damn mask, and the makeup creates these artificial egos, and the whole artificial world, artificial ego, fake-ass egos. Yeah, I accidentally said eagle. Eagle was a part of a symbol of our country. Maybe eagle popped in my head by accident, because what do we are the country, instead of the eagle emblem that we have, you're going to have, what are you going to do, put an American eagle now with fake eyelashes and makeup, maybe I ought to put that note, since I slipped up and said that. Shit, Get it?